Separating the message from the messengers. The most radical thing indigenous communities did wasn't rejecting Christianity. It was understanding Christianity better than the Christians who brought it. When missionaries arrived preaching about Jesus Christ, they brought stories of a man who fed the hungry, healed the sick, and stood with outcasts against the powerful. A teacher who said the last would be first, who overturned tables in temples corrupted by greed, who taught that love was the highest law. But those same missionaries were often part of systems stealing our lands, destroying our families, and committing cultural genocide in Christ's name. The disconnect was impossible to ignore. Indigenous peoples developed a theological sophistication that most Christians never achieve: the ability to separate the spiritual teachings from the institutional actions. We understood that humans could corrupt any message, that power could twist any truth, that good ideas could be weaponized by bad people. So we asked the essential question: what would this Jesus think about what's being done to us in his name? A man who said, "Suffer the little children to come unto me." Would he support boarding schools that beat children for speaking their native languages? A teacher who preached that blessed are the meek and the last shall be first. Would he endorse the military conquest of peaceful peoples? Someone who taught that we should love our neighbors as ourselves, would he approve of stealing their lands and destroying their way of life? The answer was obvious. The Jesus described in the Gospels had more in common with the values our communities had always held than with the actions of the institutions claiming to represent him. This wasn't theological naivete. It was spiritual intelligence of the highest order. While European Christianity got tangled up in politics, power, and empire, indigenous communities kept the core message clear: love, healing, community, forgiveness, care for creation, service to others. Many tribes adopted individual priests into their communities, not because they represented the institutional church, but because they embodied those core teachings. These men became trusted advisors, healers, and spiritual guides because they demonstrated through their lives what Christian love actually looked like. The result was a form of Christianity that was often more authentic to Jesus' actual teachings than what was being practiced in European churches. Community-based rather than hierarchical, focused on relationship rather than doctrine. Grounded in care for creation rather than dominion over it, indigenous Christians didn't need the institutional church to validate their faith. They had a direct relationship with the teachings that mattered. They kept what served life and community and rejected what served power and control.